Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. The next 10 Buddy Bears have been released for the NFT collection. The original 80 have completely sold out, and from the last 10 that were just released, 3 have already sold. We've already doubled our floor price, which is quite nice. Thank you very much for all the support on the project. For those of you who are interested, there is a link in the description below. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. At the moment, the cryptocurrency market looks very, very good. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says Bitcoin starts a fresh rally. Why Bitcoin could break $70,000 this time. Bitcoin currently, at the time of me making this video, is at 66,000 US dollars. I'm pretty sure like a day ago it was like $62,347, something or other like that. No real actual indication, like no real news says exactly why Bitcoin has popped up, and it was an actual pop-up. It wasn't simply a gradual movement upward. It was a, as we've seen before in the last couple of weeks, as well with the other downward movements, which also didn't make a lot of sense. However, there is literally nothing stopping us at this point from hitting $70,000 today. Absolutely nothing. We should have been well above $70,000 months ago. However, you know the news and all that other kind of stuff. It says Bitcoin rallies 5% to reclaim the $65,000 crucial level. I think we are getting a lot of... Now listen, I didn't make the charts, but clearly we've been hearing so much from Plan B the last couple of years. And now we are finally at the point where all of his stuff should be coming true and is currently looking like it's going to come true. If I am not mistaken, it was said that by the end of this month, Bitcoin would be at $98,000, and it looks like we are slowly creeping in that direction. Also in the news, it says cryptocurrency market cap paints a new all-time high above $3 trillion. Do you remember when we passed the first trillion? Even in 2017, I don't think we passed it by a trillion. I think we were around $400 billion away. And we were like, oh, well, next time. This is nuts. We have grown larger than I think every major company on the actual planet. Like, I think there's no other. I think the largest company is worth around 2.5 trillion or something like that. We have completely eclipsed them in every other way. At this point, I think if we 4x, don't know if it's going to happen this run. If we 4x from the 3 trillion, I think we will have begun to eclipse gold's market cap, if I am not mistaken. This is really crazy. This is actually quite significant, and this is why I think we're also getting so much momentum. And you may notice you don't hear anything from the naysayers at this point, because they know that while the market keeps going up, every time that they say that it's going to go down and it doesn't go down, they look a little special. So that's also something to keep in mind, because these people love to proclaim how bad our market is when we completely outperform every other market consistently and have done so over the last 8 or 9 years. It says crypto market tags $3 trillion combined market cap for the first time. When we hit the 3 trillion, I think we went to 3.01 trillion or something like that. There was a bit of a pullback in price, as is to be expected. It always ends up happening. But Bitcoin is since then already moving back up forward in price. Also in major news that was all over the place news, it says Ripple XRP is bullish as Bitcoin and Ethereum move up to a new all-time high. Part of the news was that XRP is moving up because Bitcoin and Ethereum are also moving up. Because at the same exact time, Solana is slightly moving down. Binance coin is also moving down. And I think Litecoin is only up by around 1 or 2%. Dogecoin, for some reason, like Dogecoin is actually pop straight up. No Dogecoin news. I assume Elon Musk scratched his ankle or something like that. And people were like, oh, buy Dogecoin. The news around XRP has to do with the lawsuit. Here is a grain of salt. I have given it to you. Now take this with a grain of salt. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says XRP lawsuit. Market rages with settlement speculations. Will either side fold? The idea being, we are currently, allegedly, according to this article and this person right here, at what they're calling a crossroads. We are now at the point where the people from Ripple or from the SEC can decide to settle, to end the lawsuit, have some type of a monetary exchange back and forth, or to extend it for another 6 months. In the best case scenario for all of us, just mentally, it would be great if Ripple just settled, because nobody wants to hear this news anymore. It is completely out of date. The SEC knew exactly what they were doing. And I would even go so far as to say the SEC needs to pay Ripple at this point. They knew from the beginning that not only was this not a security, they did this as some type of digital vendetta, something that was happening behind the scenes that we may never know about. But once again, the guy did it on his last day in office and then left smiling. So, special. So for those of you not looking at the screen, this is a tweet from James K. Phelan. I assume he is a lawyer. The little mini photo here looks very lawyer-ish. It says XRP community, SEC Gov versus Ripple XRP. Below is an updated schedule. Although it has been quiet publicly, you can see that the parties have a lot to do based on recent decisions on discovery disputes. The reason why this should also still be news, or rather very popular in the news as far as a settlement, for those of you who were not here before, this is an article from September, and I said the exact same thing. I said, please just settle. It says Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says he's open to settling landmark XRP case with the SEC. I believe his stipulation for settling was just give us regulatory clarity. Not that difficult. I mean, it's almost probably one of the easiest things in the entire world. For those of you who haven't been keeping up with Ripple since 2016, not even 2017, they were the first and only cryptocurrency company who said, please regulate us. They said, we know that regulations are coming. We know they're going to be swift and ridiculous. So please regulate us first so that we can get a move on. You know what the SEC did? They went around the entirety of the market, focused on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and everyone else is still left in the dark because those are the only two coins that have any type of regulatory clarity. So at this point, once again, if they settle, one of two things I assume would take place. The SEC would explicitly say, no, you are a security, and Ripple would go, fine, who cares? Sign some paperwork. XRP's price would dip for half a day because tons of people would not understand what it means to be a security or what a security even is. And then the price would swiftly go back up because people would realize very quick that that would essentially mean you'd be able to bundle up pockets of XRP and put it onto the stock exchange. Or, and now this is the bizarro world version, the SEC would go, oh my gosh, we've been wrong the entire time. Do you mean that we should not be regulating everything that we have no control over? Here, Ripple, here's a pile of money. You know what? You guys go and do exactly what you want because no one actually cares and we were just in it for the money. That's the bizarro world version. So, as it stands right now, I'm going to assume that Ripple is not going to extend this lawsuit for another 6 months. If they have something to prove by also destroying the value of XRP, I assume that would be on them. But I give it to the end of this week, maybe even the beginning of next week. I have no idea when the 6-month extension will begin. We should be hearing some type of settlement news because this has gone on for far too long. This was also one of the most popular price news stories of the day, if you will. On top of that, it says Ethereum soars above 4,700 US dollars in a new all-time high rally, hitting $4,744 in the process. It says technical analysis. Ethereum sets a new all-time high. What could pump Ether to $5,000? It's basically Bitcoin not falling at this point. Ethereum has proven itself time and time again, and for some reason only moves down when Bitcoin tells it to move down. We have gotten to the point where there are thousands of blockchains, thousands of coins, tons of side chains, millions and hundreds of billions of dollars worth of value of NFTs passing through this one blockchain. We are getting close to 100,000 transactions per second. We are getting closer to the merger. You know everything that I'm talking about, and yet still we have discussions of if Ethereum can actually move up in price. I believe at the moment it is the most used blockchain on the planet. Bitcoin value-wise has the most value. Ethereum, as far as transaction passing through it, there is no other that even comes remotely close. We have a situation where we have coins where there's a dog standing on both its hind legs, folding its arms, that has gone up by 3 million% in a year, while the most used blockchain has gone a 4x from its previous all-time high, and we have to have discussions as to if $20,000 seems realistic per Ethereum. So at the moment, also nothing stopping Ethereum from hitting $5,000 other than whales, manipulators, institutions, whatever word you kind of want to say. Don't forget, we are still currently at the point where the legend goes, Ethereum will at some point hit $100,000 per coin. I do not expect that to happen this run, and dare I say, even the next run. However, the news is if we can hit a $1, $2, $3, $4, $5 million Bitcoin in 15 to 20 years, then by golly, we can probably hit a $100,000 Ethereum around the same exact time. I assume, as always, banks, institutions, rich peoples will do whatever they can to make sure that they accumulate as much as possible, because don't forget, we are already technically in deflationary Ethereum territory. As time goes on and there is more usage, and the only people who will be able to create any more Ethereum are those who already hold some, well, you kind of get the idea. So, yeah, Ethereum has a brand new all-time high. No reason why we should not be at $5,000 today. But I assume if it does happen, it'll happen as the week ends up moving on. Yeah, that's all the price news. It's very different today. Some days it's usually only Bitcoin, 95% Ethereum, and the other day I think there was like 2 news stories, and that was basically it. So I guess some of the excitement has moved back into the market as prices are in green once again. And yeah, let's move on. Next up, and this should also be quite popular news, and I hope that it becomes popularer as time ends up going on. This article is written very weird, but I'll read through it. It says the market saw the launch of the first batch of Bitcoin futures ETFs in the US a few weeks ago. This led the cryptocurrency hitting new price highs on the charts. What's more, this was followed by the Australian market releasing its own crypto-backed ETFs, which too had a parabolic effect on the market. ETFs in both countries set unprecedented records in terms of investment and appreciation. Who wrote this? Leaving many countries hopeful of their own domestic investment products. Jeez Louise. European countries have been especially primed. I can't read anymore. This is terrible. So basically what's happening is the Bank of Santander in Spain has basically announced that they are going to or are working towards making a cryptocurrency ETF. Speaking to Bloomberg recently, Banco Santander President Ana Botín noted, "We are a leader in crypto. We issued the first bond on the blockchain. We have a strong team working on it. Our clients want to buy Bitcoin, but we have been quite slow to adopt it due to regulatory issues. Now we are about to offer cryptocurrency ETFs." Here's the actual news right here. I assume that's the woman who we were just talking about as well. Yeah. So every other country on the planet is issuing a Bitcoin ETF. I also find it quite... not the word isn't nice, but the fact that she also made sure to mention because of regulatory issues. I will probably never understand why it takes 4 years to sign documents. I don't think I want to understand why the old world is so slow, why things even right now in our world are taking so long to actually move forward. But I think it's just the old trying to remain intact, if you will. Anyway, so yeah, One of the largest banks on the planet is openly announcing that they're trying to work on a cryptocurrency ETF. No news on the exact coins that will be inside of it. But I mean, it says, for those of you who can't see at the top, it says ETFs, they're Bitcoin. So I just assume it's going to be a Bitcoin ETF. Yeah. Should be very popular news. Everyone should be quite excited. The same exact thing with the Australian one. I was like, hey, they have an actual crypto. I believe it was a Bitcoin and an Ether ETF. So, you know, Anyway, let's move on. It's going to be a bit of a country jump, I think, at this point. It says this country could be the next to implement crypto as legal tender. Here's a really big one that no one's probably going to talk about because it is an African country. Let's be completely honest with ourselves. But it should be in the news everywhere because these are the dominoes. For those of you who were not here many years ago, I made sure to mention multiple times. He's still around, actually. The guy, his name is, almost said Antonio Banderas. Oh gosh, what's his guy's name? Mr. Poppin' Fresh. No, the other guy. The Antonopoulos. I was thinking Poppin' Fresh Antonopoulos. Andreas Antonopoulos. The Bitcoin herald. I don't know what to even call this guy. Him and many other people in the earlier days of cryptocurrencies mentioned basically everything that's happening right now. If you have an extra 35, 40 minutes in your day, go watch some early videos of these people talking about what was going to happen in the cryptocurrency space. There wasn't if we reach this price point. They never spoke about prices. It was simply this is going to happen, and then this is going to take place, and that's going to take place, and then this is going to happen. And I would sit there going, wow, these people are crazy. That makes absolutely no sense. And everything that they've said has come true. Part of the issue is that we keep getting really big movements happening in either Africa or Latin America. And for some reason, people don't pay any attention to it. It says the latest update from Zimbabwe authorities has confirmed that the government is in consultation with the private market to legally adopt crypto payment services. According to local news, the exclusive computers, this title's crazy. The exclusive Computer Society of Zimbabwe Information Communications Technology Summit saw the permanent secretary and head of e-government technology unit in the office of the president, oh my gosh, Charles Wekwete, ascertain that the authorities are undergoing talks with the private sector on how to implement crypto payments in routine use. Yes, boys and girls, a news that should be everywhere news, but it's not. Here it is right here. It says Zimbabwe government considers another currency. There are many places on this planet that have terrible currency, and I mean atrociously terrible. It's not just Zimbabwe, it's all over the place. I'm looking at you, USA, as well. These people said many years ago that what would happen was crypto levels of adoption would continue to increase, governments would ignore us, and then at some point they go, regulation, we need proper regulation. But as money printing continued, they would not be able to get away from the, can I say black hole? Seems a little dramatic, of Bitcoin. Bitcoin, they said, many years ago would suck everything into it. All levels of value would be simply denominated in Bitcoin. They said if you were holding anything other than Bitcoin, you would look absolutely insane because Bitcoin would be the economy. Before this happens, they said, country by country would begin to fall as they understood that they needed to enter the market in some sort of way. They could no longer stand on the sidelines because they realized, without saying it, that there is a major opportunity standing in front of them. What happens if you get into the Bitcoin cryptocurrency ETF adoption market before France, Spain, the United States, or many other places? You position yourself to be one of the richest countries on the planet. That's why the El Salvador news is so insane. Because so many people don't realize if these people are mining actively Bitcoin every single day, if they're buying up Bitcoin every time that there's a dip, what happens when eventually, if in the future we start tallying numbers in 15 to 20 years and we see that El Salvador has more Bitcoin than America, what does that mean for the wealth in El Salvador? What does that mean for the wealth in America? So the news is, allegedly, as it stands right now, it looks like Zimbabwe is looking to legally adopt cryptocurrencies. I read through some of the articles and they're trying to make it, as clean cut as possible. We want to adopt it. However, it needs to be regulated. It needs to be under our control. We need to know where all the payments are going. Sure, yada, 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 yada. None of these things will actually come to pass. Governments already know that they cannot control the actual payment flow of all these cryptocurrencies, but they're gonna try. So yeah, we'll see exactly where this ends up going. It usually takes a good 2 or 3 weeks for us to get like any type of a part 2 to news like this, but I'm looking forward to it because I expect at this point the other countries definitely know and have been talking amongst themselves. Either our currency is bad, the thing that we were supposed to have the entire world's currency based off of, the US dollar, is also falling down. So we need to do something now to not be caught in the dollar earthquake. That doesn't make any sense, but you understand. Anyway, that's the Zimbabwe news. And yeah, let's move on to the next country. Next up, and this is totally going to work. I can't wait to see how this actually pans out for them. One of the world's biggest block reward mining hubs, Kazakhstan, will only allow its citizens to invest 10% of their annual income into digital assets. This is going to work out really, really well for them. One of the world's leading crypto mining hubs is limiting how much money investors can allocate to digital currencies. Kazakhstan will only allow its citizens to invest 10% of their annual income in digital assets. And looking to get more stringent with exchanges, the Central Asian country is now one of the biggest players in the global block reward mining. That's a stupid sentence. According to recent data, the company is only second to the United States, accounting for 18% of the global hash rate. This is basically because a couple of months ago when China was like, rah, 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 nearly everyone moved from there to Kazakhstan. So basically, without having to even read anymore, and it says traders can invest $100,000 a year after proving their finances. This is nonsensical. Why? Because many other countries have tried this before in the past. It has to do with capital controls, and it has to do with the government still trying to find a way to keep people on a leash. You can deal in cryptocurrencies. You can use cryptocurrencies. You may even be able to use them as a payment option in the country to buy things, but understand that if you put any more than 10% of what you made this year into the cryptocurrency market, you will be fined, you will be in trouble, etc., etc., etc. I'm going to assume there's probably not an investment cap on real estate, on buying land, on buying diamonds, on buying gold, buying silver, buying stocks, buying government bonds. Probably not a thing. So, the other country who tried this before was Russia. There was a bit of opposition as people were like, hey, let us put what we want into any market that we desire. Because once again, I'm pretty sure that this is just against the cryptocurrency market. Part of the issue is, now here's my, the year 2038 scenario, and I did really crazy time jump. If this cryptocurrency thing that we're all in ends up taking off, if Bitcoin ends up hitting $5 million, $17 million as the US dollar has gone, XRP is at $128, Ethereum's at, $312,000, and these people look back and go, I could be rich right now. Why could I be rich right now? Because I would have been able to put more money into the market, but I only made $25,000 a year. I was only able to put $2,500 into the market, or I would have gotten in trouble. Those guys across the street, for those of you who are wondering what proving their finances means, it means if you're rich, if you can show the government that you are rich, this automatically throws you into the category of you can do whatever you want. There is a major difference between you making 30, 35, 40,000 per year, being able to put 4,000 into the market, and someone being able to put $100,000 into the market per year. That's why I said earlier, this is going to work out great for them. Because in the end, if you want to regulate something, regulate it. Let people know the dangers, the risks of getting into the market. Tell them not to put everything into the market. Create a seminar. Create something online that people can, if you are interested in crypto, go to the government's website and we will explain exactly how it works. We are a major mining hub. Why are we doing this? Because we see the future in this technology. We as a government know that we can make tons of money and we want to help you do the exact same thing, but please learn about it before. Like I always say, do your own research, but governments never ask their citizens to learn because knowledge is power. Anyway, that's the Kazakhstan news. Here's the actual news article for it. I cannot read this, but I assume someone out there can. And there's a gigantic photo of a Bitcoin, so I assume it has to do with Bitcoin. And I find it really funny just throwing this out there. For those of you who can't see that, it might be cut off by the screen. It says Freedom Finance here. Not that that has anything to do with the other thing, but, you know, the timing of Freedom Finance with the, you know, news article like this is quite special. Anyway, that's the Kazakhstan news. I would love if the world was different and financial inclusion was simply just an automatic thing, but, you know, let's move on. And to finish things off in what I thought was a joke, but alas, it's actually not, Tesla and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk has asked his Twitter followers whether he should sell his Tesla stock. He also promised, I haven't read the tweet, but it's probably a promise somewhere. He also promised to abide by the results of the poll. Many people urge Musk to sell his Tesla shares and put money into cryptocurrency, particularly into Bitcoin. Here's the tweet for it right here. And this actually makes me realize why Dogecoin is probably going up right now, because a lot of people who are into Dogecoin probably assume that this is somehow also going to leak onto them as well. Elon Musk said, "Much is made lately of unrealized gains being a means of tax avoidance, so I propose selling 10% of my Tesla stock. Do you support this?" And it said yes. I assume the comment section was then riddled with people saying to buy Bitcoin, or maybe somewhere along the days he had mentioned that he was thinking of buying extra Bitcoin. But once again, this now makes a lot of sense as to why Dogecoin's price has popped up in price, because I assume people assume there's going to be a Dogecoin allocation somewhere there as well. This was one of the, as usual, most popular news stories of the day. Anytime Elon Musk breathes heavily, if he buys a chocolate cake at the local store, people completely lose their minds. And when it has to do anything with crypto, you know. So, yeah, we will see what happens. I assume he is quite active on the social media space. If he does indeed sell 10% of his stocks and tells people, I assume another run-up in price is also going to be taking place. And should he, for the love of heaven, announce that he used billions of dollars to buy into Bitcoin, or dare I say Dogecoin, we will see some dramatic price movements. But yeah, most popular news story of the day. We'll see exactly what happens. And yeah, let's move on. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters, Professor Wally from Gunbot University, and let's move on. Chris, Hakeem Wilkins, Empire Queen, Stake It With Valor, Fudd, Wiser, Morty, Fide, Roman Gaba, Bitcoin Ben, Arachno Dave, Tony Ambroski, The Dealer's Den, Red Plump Tomato, Umnu, Wishniki, The Letter M, Not Brain, Captain Something, and the Z-Way Lay, Crypto Black Sheep, AJ Cut 5, Speedy 655, and Carlos Was Like, Mobarazi, Joe Shaw Show, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Grolay, Lauren De Silva, Quoted Biddy, Bare Bones Mining, Troy Allgood, Space Case, Nita Miracle, Paternoster, Conan, Don't Skip Leg Day, Snacky Chan, Tolek Banan, it's funny, Tolek Banan, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila Dahan, Yasha Harari, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Martin Steuer, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Animal Reader, A Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Moha Maroni, Master Ventures in Thailand, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, Damien, Setsuna, Richie Rich, I, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick Mangialavoni, Jim Gardner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller Hitch Test Every Day, and Kyle Skips Leg Day. Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigara Machonisa, On Crypto with Lionel, Crail and Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very, very much for your continued support. I do thank you over the last 4 years for the continued support. That's absolutely insane. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to all the new Patreon supporters. Hello out there. I see you coming in, walking in every single... I didn't know what word to use. Thank you very much for that. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel who clicked the little join button below. Thank you for all the NFT support. Thank you for all the art support. Thank you for if you're still here listening to me. I do thank you after all these years for your support. At the memento, Bitcoin is currently at $66,102. It is up by 7.7 percentile points. It has a market cap of $1.25 trillion. That's insane. Ethereum is currently at 4,732. It is up by 3.96%. There was a bit of a dip right here. It was more prominent before I started the video, and that's what this dip is right here. And it also moved every other coin down, and this is why you see a lot of the downward swoops as we move forward. XRP is at $1.26. It is up by 7.9%. I guess based off of Bitcoin's movements and also the potential news of the SEC stuff going on. Dogecoin is up by 9% once again, I assume, because of the Elon Musk news. Shiba Inu is up by 2.5%. Avalanche is up by 11%. Chainlink is up by 3%. Litecoin is up by 5%. Crypto Coin is up by 14.9%. Internet Computer is up by 9% as well. OKB is up by 14%. EOS is up by 4%. Hopefully something happens there. Ironically, a coin called Helium is down by 16%. I don't know how that even got into the top 50. Oh boy, IOTA's number 50. Ooh, it was number 49 for an entire week. Ooh boy. Kusama's up by 5%, and IOTA is up by 3% as well. I feel like this is going to be kind of a crazy week. I don't know why. I just kind of feel it in the air. I think if we pass by $70,000, which we should, for Bitcoin, some craziness is going to take place. But yeah, I do hope that you all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great week, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Hope you all had a great weekend. It was a very weird weekend. It was kind of like an in-between kind of place. I can't really explain it. Like it was there, but it really wasn't. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.